Today, what I have come out with is about something I would say that makes life colorful, warm, and worth living. Yes, our connections with other people. It's like finding your tribe that matches your vibe. I would say, have you ever had a day when everything went wrong? We sometimes we say we have bad days, but then you talk to a friend who made you laugh, and suddenly your day felt brighter. Or maybe you achieved something awesome, and the first thing you wanted to do was to call someone special to share the news. Now, these moments show us the power of meaningful connections in our lives. And there's a saying I love. In fact, I already mentioned that because I love to say it time and again that your vibe attracts your tribe. This means the energy you put out into the world helps draw the right people to you. And I would say I wouldn't be wrong of all the people who are present in this session. We belong to a tribe, and maybe our vibes are matching, so everyone is here. So, today we are going to explore actually how to nurture those special bonds that makes our lives richer. Now, it's super easy nowadays to find hundreds of friends online, and you can get 50 likes on a photo in minutes. But let me ask you this. If you were having a really tough day, how many of those people could you actually call? Probably just a handful, right? So think about why this happens. Because there's a big difference between having many connections and having meaningful connections. And there's a huge difference in it. Think about your favorite dessert. Would you rather have a huge bowl of bland, tasteless ice cream or a smaller scoop of the most delicious ice cream ever made? Now, most of us would pick the smaller, tastier option. So, relationships work the same way. Having five friends who truly gets you, who support you, show up when you need them, is worth having 500 people who barely know you because they're never going to connect with you. A friend of mine had a dream of performing music, but was terrified of singing in public, public fear. But he had a cousin who always created this bubble of safety and encouragement. So we always have someone in our lives, maybe a friend, maybe cousin, our spouse, our kids. That can be anybody. But after practicing only in front of this cousin for months, my friend finally felt brave enough to sign up for that school talent show. The performance wasn't perfect, but it was a huge personal victory for him because that might never have happened without that safe relationship. So here's something important to remember. Meaningful connections don't just happen on their own. They are more like gardens than wild fields. So they need regular attention and care to really thrive. Let's think about a plant. If you just plant it or stick it in the ground and never water it, what happens? It wilts, right? And relationships work the same way. They need regular watering with quality time together, not just scrolling on phones side by side, or real conversations where you share what's actually going on in your life. And I'm sure many of you would have gone through that phase in life when you never felt like talking to anybody. But then that is what the mistake is. You must reach out, you must share your feelings to come out of that sad zone. Then showing up for important moments. So very important because your connection feels that you are there the way you want to feel that somebody being there for you. Then remembering what matters to the other person, right? When we, share those things or when we br- give even small gifts, but they're so thoughtful that they are cherished more than the expensive gifts, or being reliable and doing what you say you'll do. So I know a family actually that has a principle: no phone Tuesday dinners. So everyone puts their phones in the basket and they spend the whole meal actually talking and laughing together. The mom told me these dinners have actually becomes everyone's favorite part of the week, even though initially the kids complained when they first started. But now it's altogether different because it's everybody's favorite pastime. So small investments of attention add up over time. Texting your grandma a photo of something that made you think of her, or remembering your friend's big test day and asking how it went, or putting away your phone when someone is talking to you. Now, these little actions are like depositing coins in a piggy bank of connections. Over time, they create something valuable. Now, see, making new connections can definitely feel intimidating sometimes, but definitely it doesn't need to be complicated. The secret is finding places where people share your interests. Now, like baking, join a cooking class. If you love basketball, find a local pickup game. Passionate about helping animals, volunteer at a shelter. So, when you are doing something you genuinely enjoy, you're more relaxed and authentic. And plus, you already have something in common with everyone there. So, the key is being brave enough to start small conversations. Ask questions about shared activity and listen. Now, listening is very important because when you listen with genuine curiosity, you build connections, you build relationships. Be the kind of person you would want to talk to. And I met one of my closest friends while waiting in a super long line. So instead of just staring at my phone, I commented on the book he was reading. And turned out we both loved the same obscure author. And that tiny moment of bravery led to years of meaningful friendship. And there's one special ingredient that turns ordinary connections into deep bonds. You know what it is? It's vulnerability. You know, being vulnerable means being brave enough to share your real thoughts, feelings, and experiences, even the ones that feel a little scary to talk about. That's why we say we shouldn't be scared about sharing what we actually feel. So it's like having a beautiful painting, but keeping it wrapped up where no one can see it. So vulnerability is unwrapping the painting and letting others appreciate it, even though there's a risk they might not understand or like it. So when someone shares something vulnerable with you, it's like they are handing you a delicate gift. The way you respond matters so much. You can either handle it with care or drop it on the ground. The choice is yours. Responding with kindness, understanding, and without judgment helps people feel safe to be their authentic selves with you. And when both people in a relationship can be real with each other, that's when the magic happens. And now, I would like us to do a simple exercise together. Think about one person in your life who makes you feel seen and understood, or supports you when things are tough, or who celebrate your wins, big or small, and most importantly, who accepts you as you are. Now, this person is actually a treasure in your life. So, after our session today, I want to challenge you to reach out to them, call them, text them, or tell them in person and express your gratitude for their presence in your life. You could say something like, I was in this workshop about meaningful connections, and we were asked to think about important people in our lives. So you came to mind right away because you can give any reason which you feel is good enough to share. So I just wanted to say thank you for being in my life. Trust me, this small action will brighten their day and definitely strengthen your connection. Because, see, meaningful connections don't require perfection, just presence, authenticity, and care. They're built through small, consistent moments of seeing each other, listening to each other, and showing up for each other. You know, in a world where we can easily get caught up in surface level interactions, choosing depth over breadth can feel like swimming against the current, but the effort is worth it. Research consistently shows that close relationships are the biggest predictor of happiness and health throughout our lives. As someone beautifully said, you can survive on your own. You can grow strong on your own. You can prevail on your own, but you cannot become human on your own. So we become our fullest selves through our connections with others. So I challenge you this week, water your most important relationships. Reach out to that person we thought about during our exercise. Put down your phone during conversations. Ask deeper questions. Listen without planning what you'll say next. So, by nurturing meaningful connections, you're not just enriching your own life, you're helping create a world where all of us feel little more seen, understood, and connected. So, with that, thank you for listening. And now, who's that person you are going to reach out today? If you love to share, please do. Thank you.